Now, before we look ahead to the game against Chelsea, I just want to get an idea about the team news. So firstly, how is Eric doing? What's the nature of his injury and how long might he be out for?
We don't know how long, but it was a tough knock that he had on his knee. Immediately, enormously swollen. The doctors have been taking care of him, but it was hard. It was hard, and so he's getting back to it, but he's not very well.
Will he miss the match against Chelsea? Can you say?
I don't know. Like I said to you in the beginning, we don't know. We don't know. It all depends on how he recovers. Depends on how he's been able to hold the pain that it causes it. But along with Eric, we still have to wait a little bit more to see who's going to be involved.
And what's the latest on Heung-min Son, Ryan Sessegnon and Steven Bergwijn? Because they didn't feature against Crystal Palace, did they?
The same. We are always, and we are now waiting for them to join the group. They've been doing treatments. They are much better. All of them on a daily basis are progressing and getting better, but we have to wait.
And you had a trio of players, of course, who are currently in Croatia. When can you expect them back, and will they be in contention for the game on Sunday?
They will arrive Saturday. Along with them, with the players that we had we mentioned before, international players that had come with problems. We have to wait and see. Then we assess them, and then we play.
How difficult has it been for you as a manager to have had so many players out and to not really know whether or not you'd have some of them back for what is a huge clash on Sunday?
It's difficult. It's difficult, especially difficult with situations that you cannot really understand them. So that causes a big problem. But we have to find solutions. We know that we have those issues there, and now we focus on what we have to do, and we're going to compete.
And looking back to the defeat against Crystal Palace, you said after the game that you had to analyse what went wrong. What has your analysis told you about the performance? Do you feel it was a one-off where everything that could go wrong did go wrong?
Yeah, a lot of things went wrong. Many of them by our own responsibility. So we must admit, and we are, after we see the game and we analyze, we all come to the same conclusion that we didn't do a good game. We were too far away from each other. We didn't have enough of the ball on the threatening positions that we want. So we know that we didn't play good, and we know that we must react. And next one.
And you also said after the game that there were so many obstacles for your players to overcome.
Yeah.
But how much do you hope that your players can actually learn from that experience of having to manage so many different situations in game?
They learn, because this is how we work. We know that there were issues, there were mistakes, and we learn from them, and we try to put it together in the next game. This is how we operate, how we think. We don't spend too much time on the sorrow. It doesn't make sense. We are straight to each other, we are fair to each other, and we progress.
And have you spoken with Jaffet following his red card about what was going through his mind, and how much of a miss will he be, because he has been playing so well?
Yeah, we will miss all the players that could not be. We will miss them. Jaffet is one of them. He's doing very well. I spoke with him. We spoke because I speak with all the players, and he's the first one to realize that he didn't act well. He didn't. So when a player tells you, "I know that I didn't do well," you are sure that he is not going to do it again.
And another area you pointed out after the game was that the team didn't create enough.
Yeah.
One player we haven't seen so far is Tonge Ndombele. Is he entering your thoughts ahead of this game against Chelsea as a player who could be involved or could help the team?
Tanguy is here with us since the beginning. A lot of things have happened. I think not only me, but all the managers, we are happy that the transfer window is closed. So it's a new start. And Tanguy's been training. He's been progressing on his fitness. And now it's up to us to see the right moment so we can help the team. But all the players must realize that they must help the team, because the team is the most important thing, not individually. We must do it together, focus on the team. What can I do to help the team? So this is what I expect from all the players.
And next up is a home game against Chelsea. They're unbeaten in the league so far. How big of a test is this for your team so early on in the season?
We had big tests before because I'm very honest with you. The Premier League is always a big test. All the games are very hard. All the matches are extremely difficult because all the opponents are very tough. They have quality, talented players, good managers, good ways of playing. And we're going to face a tough opponent on Sunday. But we're going to be ready. Focus on ourselves and do the things that we do best. We compete. We must compete.
And you mentioned, obviously, having had big tests already, you've already beaten Manchester City at home. Will you be using a similar approach to playing a title favourite going into this game, or is it a completely different test?
It's going to be a different, because it's a different team. Was different before, it's going to be different, and it's going to be different again. So us as a team, we must be able to always compete based on our own ideas. Of course, we have to adjust small details, but the main focus, especially now, is to build on, to create this identity in ourselves that being able to sustain through the competition. Now it's small details, but the main focus is on us, and we must do better.
And from a managerial point of view, what have you made of Thomas Tuchel's time at Chelsea? I mean, how difficult is it, as from a manager's point of view, to have that kind of success in such a short space of time?
Huge. Amazing job by Thomas, amazing. I think he did it before in Dortmund, PSG, enormous quality. And he has a very good squad. That helps.
And of course, there is another big test on the pitch in your defence, trying to stop Romelu Lukaku, who has started the season so well. What have you made to his start? And how do you, as a team, look to defend against him? Is it a collective thing, or is it an individual thing?
You know what I'm going to answer. It's a collective thing. because it's football. Football is not about individually. Football is about the team, the squad, the game. Every action of every play is important in terms of offensive, in terms of defensive. But Chelsea is much more than Romelu Lukaku. It's a very good team, and we're going to be ready.
And Spurs are aiming to make this game the world's first net zero carbon fixture. How proud are you that Tottenham are leading the way with these kinds of initiatives?
I'm very proud, because I think it's not only on Sunday. Tottenham has been leading a lot of things in football recently, and I'm very proud to make part of the first game. Just a message to our fans. Use the transport public, walk, change something that you can change that can help us in the future.
Nuno, it's been a pleasure speaking with
My
you.
pleasure.
Good luck for that big game against Chelsea.
Thank you. Nice to see you.